This is Gerardo Del Real live at the 2023 Beaver Creek Precious Metals Summit, here with Headwater Gold CEO, Mr. Caleb Stroup. Caleb, it's great to see you in person.
Yeah, good to see you.
You're a busy guy.
Very busy. 5 drill rigs currently turning in Nevada.
Well, let's start with a brief overview of your background, and then let's get into the catalyst-rich September, October, November, December, and 2024, to be frank, right?
Yeah. So I'm a geologist, longtime geologist in the business. Split my career about 50% within the junior world, as I am now, but also 50% with the major mining companies. So we and most of the board has some experience with the majors as well. So we kind of know what majors like to see, the kind of mines they want to build and where they want to build them. And that's what we're looking for in the state of Nevada, high-grade gold, focus on epithermal veins. And yeah, as I said, we're actively drilling 4 projects this year, total of about 20,000 meters of drilling in the portfolio. Okay. And we're in the thick of it. We're between a third and halfway through that program. Very exciting stuff coming out of the ground.
Well, you mentioned knowing what the majors like, and that's clearly been the case because your business model is one of the most intriguing ones in the business. So I'd love for you to just explain the kind of hybrid approach that you take to exploration that minimizes shareholder dilution, but also retains a lot of that upside on the more robust projects that obviously are 100% controlled by Headwater.
Right. So our philosophy has always been, if you're going to do early stage exploration, which is where you can make the biggest impacts, you need to have a lot of activity, and it'll take a lot of shots, especially in a challenging market like this. That can be difficult to actually execute as a small junior company. So what we've chosen to do is take, as you say, a bit of a hybrid approach where we have a portfolio of projects, some of which we're advancing ourselves, and some of which we bring quality partners like Newcrest Mining in to fund the advancement of those projects. And in that case, we're operating all of the exploration, they're funding it, we collect a management fee on top. Right now, that effectively covers our overhead, and we're basically cash flow neutral at the corporate level and able to keep that pace of activity throughout the year and in an ongoing way, and results in a lot of drilling in the ground, gives our shareholders a lot of exposure to a lot of different things, a lot of chances to win.
Let's get into when we'll start finding out whether or not, as you put it, you're winning, right?
Yeah.
Before we get into that, though, the alliance with Newcrest, the funding agreement is one of the more robust ones that I've seen in the space in quite some time, and I'd love to contrast that with the market cap of the company because I think there's a disconnect there and a real opportunity for subscribers and potential shareholders to really buy at bargain basement prices right now.
Yeah, so we're sitting at $18 to $20 million market cap Canadian right now.
Right.
And, a large percentage of that market cap is actually going to be deployed in terms of exploration dollars this year.
Right.
Without dilution at the corporate level by virtue of that agreement with Newcrest. So there's 4 separate earn-in deals that they're contributing exploration funding to advance. They vary a little bit, but let's say at Spring Peak, where we're drilling about 12,000 meters this year, there's a $5 million guaranteed minimum commitment into the ground. That's part of an initial phase 1 $15 million US expenditure level to get to an initial 51%.
Right.
If they don't spend that 15 US, they don't get anything, and then it just goes up from there. An additional 40 after that to get to 65%, and then delivery of a PFS to get ultimately to 75%. So that's the opportunity with this deal structure for our shareholders, is to maintain a carried 25% interest in a Newcrest size pre-feasibility stage project.
Right.
And at that stage, when they deliver the PFS, we also get a royalty on top of that carried 25% interest. That varies between a 1% NSR on some ground and a 2% NSR on other ground that we staked 100% ourselves, which is the majority of those joint ventures.
On the Newcrest side of the business, you retain the 25%, right? You get the royalty once you get to that feasibility level. But you also have, a major shot on goal with a 100% owned project that I know the team is very, very big on, obviously, or you wouldn't have retained 100% of it and gone at it on your own.
That's right. So of the 4 projects we're drilling right now, 3 are under the Newcrest earn-in structure, and 1 is self-funded by us. That's our Katy project up in the Delamar area along the Oregon-Idaho border. And so we've just completed about 11 holes out there, following up on some early success we had as a company right after listing, where we drilled about 2 meters of an ounce per ton in our first hole into the target, and first and only hole in that target until this year. So now we're looking to extend that and see what that is all about. So that's pretty exciting times. Assays pending. Unfortunately, I wish I had something to talk about here, but we're probably a matter of a couple weeks away from getting the initial batches of assays on that and the other projects. So all of these kicked off in early July through early August timeframe, and so now we're getting some initial batches that have been logged and cut and made it through the lab and are queued up to be received in the next few weeks, and hopefully we'll get some good news out.
So obviously a lot of what happens in 2024 is going to be dictated by the results that you'll start seeing here in the next couple of weeks. I know you had a drilling update here recently that was I'll caution, it's early and it's just a drilling update based on visuals, but you were seeing the right things in the rocks in most of the holes on all of the projects, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can say really right now,
Sure.
is that, hey, our model appears to be holding up. We're encountering veining where we thought we would encounter veining, and assays are pending. That's kind of the line right now. And yeah, as you say, it's all dependent on what the numbers come back, what our plans are. But we do have a strong treasury, still 3.5 million Canadian in the bank right now. And so there's quite a long runway to go in whatever direction we need to, and we're under no urgent need to finance, and can see what all the results look like before making the next
Cashed up.
So,
Cashed up. You have a major partner funding a lot of exploration. You have a 100% owned project that you're excited about. There's assays pending. It's a lot to like.
How many $20 million companies do you know that are drilling 20,000 meters in Nevada this year?
Yeah,
I
there
don't
you
know
go.
very many.
There you go. We'll make sure to put up a link for Headwater so that if people have any questions, they can reach out. Absolute pleasure.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.